Sri Arunachalam. So this simple looking text, Sadhana Panchakam, which has got only 5 verses, it's a very, very beautiful text because it gives practical pointers for spiritual living. See, all these years we have been studying high-flown philosophies, and now practical pointers, how to go about, how to reach the highest state. Yesterday we have seen the first words, we will chant again. So when I chant, you repeat after. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karma swanushthiyatam teneshasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matistyajyatam papogha paridhuyatam bhavasukhe doshonusandhiyatam atmecha vyavasiyatam nijagruhat purnam vinirgamyatam. The first and foremost instruction, study Vedas daily. Vedas means the scriptures, whatever, like Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, all these things are scriptures. Read them daily. So at least 4 pages you have to read, our Gurudev used to say. Why? To get recharged, to get inspired. And they show the path. They indicate the goal and they show the path. So every day, read Vedas. Taduditam karma swanushthiyatam. And whatever ordained by the Vedas, that karma alone you should do. Meaning nitya karma. Every day certain karmas need to be done. And then naimitika, special obligatory duties. And then certain karmas are nishiddha, not to be done. That we should avoid. Nishiddha. Like killing, eating meat, stealing. Nishiddha karma. And then kamya. Kamya means there are desires, but dharmic. That is fine. And best is nishkamya. Without any desire, perform action for the sake of the welfare of the world. So, what all the karmas ordained by the scriptures, that alone we should do. Taduditam karma swanushthiyatam. And that too, tena ishasya vidhiyatam apachitihi. Those actions should be performed as worship of the Lord, as an offering unto the Lord. Saying that, O Lord, everything is offered unto you. Na idam mama, it is yours, it is not mine. Everything is offered unto you. Like that we have to perform our actions, so that mind becomes purified. That is the whole idea. If you do actions with the idea of I am doing, I, and I want this, I want that, then the mind is always polluted. When you offer it unto the Lord, O Lord, everything is yours. And whatever comes as prasada, the mind is purified. And then the 4th instruction is very important. Kamye matistyajyatam. Meaning what? Do not entertain desire. Give up desire. But that is what he said. If you are a seeker, wanting the highest, then you have to give up the desire for the lower, for ordinary mundane things. No pain, no gain. No? You cannot have the cake and eat it too, they say. I want to have the cake also and eat it too. How can you? So, if you want the highest, then you should be ready to sacrifice the other things, lower things. But if you are satisfied with the lower, then you are the real sannyasi, real renunciate. Why? For the highest, you have sacrificed the lower. For the lower, you have sacrificed the highest. So what do we want? We have to decide. If you want the highest, then all these desires for the small little things should be given up. Because more the desire, the more the mind runs out. The more the mind will not settle down. It's very simple. It's not a rocket science. If you want to know the self, it is here in the heart. You have to dive deep. Within. There are desires, you cannot remain within. You have to go out. So these are contradictory, right? So if you want to really see, last week when we have taken this Who Am I, the second part in Hyderabad, there Bhagavan says, when the mind comes out of the heart, goes into the world, it is dukkha. When the mind abides in the heart, it is sukha, he says. And he gives an example. A person stays in the shade, under the shade of a tree. He enjoys. Then he goes out into the scorching sun. Oh, sun, oh my God, very hot, very hot. And then he rushes back to the shade. And then he goes to the sun. And then he rushes back. He says, he is a fool. An intelligent person will not rush towards the sun. He remains always in the cool shade of the sun, of the tree. Is that not so? So if you know this is Sukham, why do you want to go out, he asks. See? But we do not know how to stay here. That is why we go out and beg for some pleasures from the world outside. But alas, we may get a little bit, but it's not satisfying. It is always mixed with a lot of dukkha, sorrows. So, if you want the highest, kamye matistyajatam, papaugha paridhuyatam, wash the hordes of sins in your bosom. Sin means what? Our vasanas, impressions, which pushes us to perform actions in the world. If the vasanas are very evil, then we perform evil action. The vasanas, impressions are good, we do good activities. So the evil impressions we have to get rid of. Swami Shivananda Maharaj says, flush out all the evil tendencies by substituting with positive tendencies, positive vasanas. Develop more and more positivity in you. So negativity is flushed out, he says. So beautiful. So papaugha paridhuyatam, bhavasuke dosho anusandiyatam. Bhavasukha means the pleasure which we get from the world outside is full of dosha. Dosha means what? Faulty, not satisfying, fleeting. So recognize this. It cannot satisfy you. The limited cannot satisfy you. Only the unlimited can satisfy. The unlimited is what? Atma, the self, the Paramatma. So, bhavasuke dosho anusandhya, atmecha vyavasiyatam. Then cultivate the desire to know the self, to know the truth, Paramatma. And nijagruhat turnam vinidgamyatam. Get out of the house. This house, this body mind, this kutir. You have to kick it out and be free. Meaning you have to transcend the body mind as early as possible. This is what the first shloka, 8 instructions, right? This we have seen yesterday. I am just revising it, summarizing it for the sake of the newcomers. Otherwise they will be lost. Na? Adi mudila theriyum, adi mudi edume theriyala. So I just now moving on to the second verse. We are going slow and steady, not rushing. No? There is no hurry. No? We got all the time in the world. At least for me, I don't know about it. Now the second verse. Sangasatsu vidhiyatam. Sangasatsu vidhiyatam. Bhagavato. Bhaktir dhrudhadiyatam. Shantyadhiparichiyatam. Dhrudataram. Karmashu santyajyatam. Sadvidvanupasrupyatam. Pratidinam. Tat तत्पादुका सेव्यता ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्त्यता श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यता संघ satsu vidhiyata. Sangha means association. Satsu, Sat means of the noble, of the great ones. Vidhiyatam, always seek the company of the great Mahatmas, great ones. Or even among the Grihasthas also there are very wonderful people, noble people. So seek their company. Sat means what? Those who are real, genuine, who are not hypocritical. Sat. Or one who is abiding in the truth. Sat. So seek the company of the good, of the noble, always. Why? Satsangatve nissangatve. Nissangatve nirmohatve. That is what Shankara says in Bhajagovinda. So when you more and more attach with the noble people, more and more mind will withdraw itself from evil tendencies. And the mind get tuned to the higher values, noble ideas. See, Saint Tiruvalluvar has given a beautiful Tirukural, which I don't remember now, sorry. But the meaning goes like this. The rain waters, rain waters, they have got no color of their own. Water is colorless, odorless, they are studied now. But according to the soil on which the rainwater, gets associated, it takes that color. If suppose the rainwater it falls on the, let us say, red soil, it becomes red. Black soil, black. Brown soil, brown. Similarly, the mind also, he says. When the mind gets associated with noble people, it acquires all noble qualities. When it associates with the dussanga, means what? Evil people, very useless people, then the mind gets those ideas. The mind is, easily, it can be molded. So it's very important to seek the company of the noble. They know what they are doing. And they know what is life, how to live, and what is the goal of life, and how to be a good human being. So when you associate with them again and again, your mind, without you knowing, the mind will undergo transformation. This is the beauty of satsang, And I tell you from my own experience, when I was young, I got associated with a great Mahatma, Swamiji there. He never used to take lessons like this. But just to be with him is a great learning, How he looks at life, how he lives, how he associates with people, So, and without you knowing yourself, the transformation happened inside. You don't know when it has happened. It has happened. Like the flower blossoming. You don't know when it blossoms. Can you ever know? Only in the, in the this thing part, like that it blossoms. In that, what is it called? Animation. But in the real life, nobody knows how it blossoms. Similarly, when you associate with good and noble-minded people, and you yourself will undergo that transformation. And you gain that inner strength to resist temptations. So these are very important things. On the other hand, if you associate with the wrong people, the mind easily gets swayed. And without you knowing, you have gone astray. So therefore, Sangha Satsu Vidhiyata. So association with the noble, very important. See, in our Puranas also there are a lot many stories. This Ratnakar, he was a wayside robber. He was a robber. But when he came in contact with Narad Maharshi, he was trying to rob him also. Then Narada asked, for whom you are doing this? This papa karma, whom you are doing? For my children, for my wife, for my family. Then he asked, please go and ask them, will they share the sin with you? Will they also share your sin with you? He said, yes, they will share. Go and ask. When he went and asked, they said, no, it is your duty to feed us. We will not take your sin. Your sin is yours. Then it struck him, my God. And then he completely transformed. So when he got associated with Naradji, he got transformed. Like that Prahlad, Dhruv. Like there so many examples are there. Even in our own life, there are so many examples out there. Those who have come in association with great people like Abdul Kalam and others, their life is very different. Those who only adore cinema heroes, their lives are different. Is that not so? Is that not so? So therefore, Sangha Satsu Vidhiyata. Always seek the company of the noble. Sangha Satsu Vidhiyata. Bhagavato Bhaktir Dridadiyata. See, this is satsanga actually. Because you are trying to understand about Sat. What is the truth? How to go about it. This is satsanga. Suppose if you don't have a Mahatma nearby, the books what they have written, or the pravachan what they have given, that if you listen, that is also satsanga. So, yena kena prakaram to keep the mind in Sat Vishayam is satsanga. See, that is why Lord Buddha has said beautifully, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. I really love these three things, And then he said, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. These three things are very important. Buddham. Buddha means what? The enlightened one. Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. Enlightened one, or that truth is called as Buddham, which is ever awakened. So I surrender myself unto that truth, Buddham, or that enlightened one, Buddha, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. And the second one is Dhammam. Dhammam is Dharmam, the righteous path. Dharmam Sharanam Gacchami. Always walk the righteous path. I surrender and myself unto that Dhammam, Dharmam. And then he says Sangam. Sangam means the noble-minded people coming together is called a Sangam. Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. The noble-minded people have come together. This is Sangam. Sangam Sharanam Gacchami. Then they will label you a Sangi because you are coming Sangam. I am joking. But Sangam is coming together, it's called a Sangam. Sangam Sharanam. So when you come together with the same sort of frequency, it helps really. So it's very, and then Bhagavato Bhaktir Dridadiyata. And you should develop Dridataram, means Dridadiyata, Bhaktir Dridadiyata. Unwavering devotion to the Lord. Bhagavato. Lord means what? The supreme power, the higher intelligence. There is this higher intelligence, supreme power. That is what all the great masters have said, which is running this show. So, to develop devotion to the Lord and to surrender means, you know what? To first of all recognize that there is this higher power, whatever name you can call, that is running the show. When you surrender, then the life is taken care. Yena kena prakarena, he will take care. He or she, let us say Bhagavati, she will take care. Like that, if you have that bhakti, devotion, I tell you that goes a long way. You know what? When you try to inquire or to dive within and avoid in the self, which is the truth, the mind will not allow you to do that. Because mind is always worried about so many things. This is all fine, but what will happen to my investments there, properties? What will happen to my family? What will happen to my health, my children? So many worries. The mind will not cooperate with you. Even if you sit for meditation, For only few minutes the mind may be quiet and then it starts. Devotion means, you know what? Offering everything unto the Lord. Recognizing that there is a superpower, the higher power, which is running the show, will take care of everything. I surrender means what? I offer everything at His feet. I unburden myself at His feet. The Lord will take care of everything. With this attitude, with this faith, if you sit, even when there are some sort of troubles from within, you can say, the Lord will take care. And Bhagavan has given this assurance in Bhagavad Gita. Name bhakta pranashyati. My devotee shall never perish. Ma shuchaha. Don't despair. And He has said, I will take care of everything. He has said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. Aham tva sarva papebhyaha mokshayishyami. Ma shuchaha. Don't worry. So, when you develop devotion to the Lord, the mind gets purified. Number two, then only mind will quietly settle down. Otherwise, mind will not settle down. One more thing I am telling you. Anyway, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. You cannot do anything about it. This is what Bhagavan says. When you accept this also, mind will quieten down. Quieten itself. See? Avarar prarabdha praharam adarkanam angangirinda pan. See, everybody has come to this world with their own, baggage, Accordingly only they can live. Nobody can do anything here. They have their own destination to reach. So, there is no point in too much worrying about anything. So, this is one attitude. Other attitude is, that is the Supreme Lord who has done everything, who is taking care of everything. We will surrender unto Him. Let Him sort of carry this load also. Without devotion to the Lord, the mind will not settle down. Please understand. And without devotion to the Lord, the mind will not melt. When the mind doesn't melt, it is all very dry Vedanta. It's all very dry and cannot help anybody. And our Acharya says, when you eat something, if it is not digested properly, it comes out and it stinks. Why? Because it's not digested. Similarly, this knowledge also, when it goes inside, there is no devotion, it is thrown out, it stinks horribly. We go on giving others advice, we go on preaching. If it has not gone inside us, if it is only coming out undigested, people cannot stand. They will run. So therefore, this bhakti is so essential. And there is so much of great joy in bhakti. See, we are unnecessarily denying ourselves. For some mad reason, we are denying ourselves this bhakti. It's so beautiful, I tell you. To have devotion to the Lord is so beautiful. See, it is not stupid or it is not blind, I am telling you. We think we are very intelligent people. Where is God? All nonsense. No, you are nonsense. How do you know anything about this world? What do you know about this world? We think we are very smart because we have got AI now. Not even Google, AI, advanced. Whatever you feed, that is AI. So therefore, see, recently I read a very interesting article about AI. Sorry, I am digressing. Please give me that liberty to little bit digress. See, nowadays people, they confess, they confide, and they talk to AI only, it seems. Even about their family matters, about their troubles, about their problems, it seems. So I read that article. This AI, you cannot trust it, seems. Because it will always side with you, it seems. When you say, my wife is terrible, I don't know why she is doing this, I feel like, just going away from her. It will say, yes, you are right. Yes, I know she is terrible only. You please do that. It will say, it seems.
People pleasers.
No, it actually is a sycophant, it seems. Sycophancy is there in AA, it seems. It agrees with you and it pushes you in that direction, it seems. If your good friend means what? He will think about it. He will really tell you what is good. But AA will not do it, seems. It has been, I don't know what, crazy they have manufactured that way or that, I don't know what. So please, don't trust, huh? And people fall in love with AA, it seems. And they kill themselves to unite with AA, it seems. Can you imagine all these things? I don't understand what it is. So, where we have gone? Instead of that, if you develop devotion to the Lord, you are saved actually. But Swamiji is their Lord. See, we have all asked this question several times. Only not you are very intelligent, So many people have asked this for so many times, thousands of times. And it has been answered in very different ways. And very many people were convinced. And very many people were not convinced. Chalta hai, it goes on. But there is one supreme truth which is unchanging in this changing phenomenon. So that we call as God. When you are there, God is there. Because God is only expressing as you, the intelligence or that conscious principle. So therefore, if you have to deny God, you have to deny yourself. Can you deny yourself? You cannot. So, you cannot deny God. If you think God has something else, some fanciful thing, then it can be questioned. But if you understand God as the very substance of life, then it cannot be questioned. So therefore, when we have developed devotion, bhakti drida adiyata means what? Firm devotion to the Lord, unwavering. That is very important. See, Adi Shankara is Advaitacharya, who talks about non-dual. He says develop devotion to the Lord. If somebody else has said some devotee, then we can say, it's nonsense. Adi Shankara himself has said. And Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi himself has written 5 hymns on Arunachala. My God, wonderful hymns on Arunachala, Lord Shiva, Arunachala Shiva. Are we greater than these great mimes or what? Not at all. So therefore, when they say there is something in it, Bhaktir Dhrida Viyatam. So, see, we all appreciate that we have to give good education to the children. We have to buy whatever they want, whatever they like, whatever gadgets they ask. But you know what? If you are not sort of feeding devotion in them, then we are failing in our duties as parents. Because nothing can help them. The money cannot help. These gadgets definitely cannot help. Nothing can help. Only the devotion can help. So, if we have to pass on something to our children, this is the thing we have to pass. Yena kena prakarena. And the right age to pass on this devotion is 8 to 12 or 13. And beyond that, they are not available. But 8 to 13, if you are not available, you have missed the bus. See, devotion means not this external things like பெரிய பட்டையெல்லாம் போட்டு கொட்டையெல்லாம் போட்டு பயங்கரமா அப்படியே அது கிடையாது. Truly you have to believe that the Lord will take care of everything. If you believe that the Lord is there, He will take care of everything. And நம்பினார் கைவிடப்படார் நான் மறை தீர்ப்புன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So He will take care. And then the next instruction is very important for all of us, especially for the younger modern generation. Shantyadi parichiyatam. Develop noble virtues such as Shanti. Shanti means what? Peace of mind, patience, humility, all these things. See, when you read Gurudev's commentary, he always talks in a very high-flown this thing. But here Shanti means Shanti Porumai Adakkam. The மூன்று தேவைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க, especially for sannyasis. Grihasthas also, but for sannyasis especially they say these 3 virtues. Shanti, Porumai, Adakkam. Shanti means what? We have to keep our mind cool and peaceful, undisturbed. Porumai means of patience. Yeah, it will take its own time. Okay. Now no patience. Now I want. Now. I have sent a message and next moment I am waiting for the response. If it is not coming, I am getting angry. See, those days you write a letter, you know that? Postcards. You don't know when it will go. 1 week may take, or even more than that. And then, after reading that, they will just put it down. And after 1 week, they may write something. And will reach you after 1 month. People were having patience to wait. But now, no patience. I want now. When do you want this work to be finished? Yesterday. Yesterday. How can I do now? So I cannot do. You know what? Now. I want everything now. But Porumai means patience. See, you cannot dictate terms to everybody and everything in life. We think we can dictate terms. That is what is our ahanka, ego. We think we can dictate terms to everybody, even to God. Who are you? You are such a great person. Everything will happen its own time. Take its own course. Shraddha Saburi. Shri Sai Bhagavan says Saburi, patient. And Adakka means humility. Paniya Pava Mahal. More you are humble, more you grow. More you understand. More you are happy. So these noble virtues we have to cultivate as a sadhaka. And Gurudev says, Shanti means, he says, what is that? Shat Sampati, what is that? Samadhi, Samadhama, etc. He says. Sama is keeping the mind quiet, peaceful. Dhamma means not allowing the senses to run riot. So these are the values he says. But here, when we have to understand, Shanti means peace. Not allow the mind to go on, worry about things. So Shanti and Santosham. Santosham means contentment. See, this contentment also is very important in life. Swamiji, when there is contentment, there is no progress. What is progress for? Tell me. What is progress for? Happiness and contentment. See? If you have so much around you and if you are not contented and happy, what is the use of all these things? Yesterday, a day before, I read a small thing. Elon Musk was saying, you know Elon Musk, no? He's earning now trillions, it seems. Not billions, trillions dollars. He was saying, when people say money alone cannot buy happiness, I feel they are not mistaken or they have understood life. That's what he has made a statement. He said, oh my God, good. Elon Musk, if he is making that statement, money alone cannot bring happiness. It is right. If he says, it should be right. Is it not so? So, this contentment and happiness, cheerful attitude, you cannot buy with money. With right values and right understanding only you can develop all these things. So, we have to develop all these things, Papar korapotter crying always. God has not given me that. But He has given you all the other things. That is okay, but He has not given me. Go on crying then. You cannot have everything now. It's okay. He has given you this, He has not given you that, that's fine. So Shantyadi means these things we have to cultivate. And always we compare with others. And we say, oh, I am not there. I am not there. See, these middle class people, they struggle very hard and they reach somewhere and the world has gone somewhere else. There's so much of struggle, they must have bought a car. I have bought a car. And you know what? In Seattle, the fellows are going to office in seaplane. When I had gone to Seattle, I was so wonderstruck. Evening, a seaplane came and it landed in the water. I said, what is this? They said, he's coming from his office. And he's landing the plane behind his house in the waters and he's going into his house. We say, Maruti Suzuki la poron. No, seaplane la poin. Oh my God. There is no end to it, na? And when you start going to Canada and America, the fellows are going to Moon and Mars. And Elon Musk is saying we are going to take everybody now. We are all tourists. Nice, no? But when we go in the car only, we feel sick. We throw. I don't know how are we going to go in the rocket. But I have a desire to go to the Moon or to the Mars. When you are sick, while traveling in the car, pay car, how can you travel? But there is no end to this. Na? So, please understand. You don't need any experience to be happy. Because your nature is of bliss, of happiness. Why a different experience if I can, have happiness means that is not the right idea. By different experience, you are disturbing your happiness. You know that? How wonderful the experience is. Meaning, you have to understand life deeply. Shantyadi parichiyatam. So we have developed all these noble virtues. 3 things I told you today. What is that? To be cool within, peace. And porumai, patience. And then what? Humility. Though I tell all these things, I get very impatient. Especially when you order for a cab for a person. If you have to go by 9 o'clock, if it is 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, I become very... This is what India is going to dogs. Nobody keeps time. Nobody comes in time. Blah, 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 blah. And you have disturbed yourself so much. And your blood pressure is gone. That fellow is very cool. Cab bala. He says, what is this problem, Swami? He says, why are you shouting at me? Hare Rama, you have come 30-40 minutes late. So what? In fact, you don't know that the truth is beyond time. So, to live in this country, you need so much of patience. Nothing will work. You have to put up. You cannot question anybody. No accountability. You cannot question anybody. Everybody is a Lord. So you have to be humble. You have to be patient. Then only you can survive. So, Shantyadi Parichaya, especially as a seeker, you should expect immediate results. Nothing will happen. Swamiji, if I meditate for say how many years, Swamiji, I will reach there? Nobody knows. Maybe some 2-3 janmas. 200-300 years. Only 200-300 years. You don't know. You have to be patient. Because we have spoiled the mind so much that to bring it back, we need so much of efforts. In same direction. The problem is, we don't go in the same direction, you know that. Our Acharya used to say, we start walking in the eastern direction first. Say 100 meters. Suddenly we change our mind and start walking east, west or some south. And then we come back, we go somewhere. How will we reach? In the same direction we have to walk. That itself is a very big thing, So patience we have to have. So Shantyadi Parichaya. Dridataram karmashu santyajyatam. See, idella na sonna, I don't know, tomorrow you may not come for this class. Dridataram means what? Firmly. Dridataram, firmly. Give up all karmas. Go. அப்போ என்ன செய்யுது? Only meditate. Swamiji, can't even meditate for 2 minutes. See, here you should understand. Gurudev is commentary beautifully writes. Actually speaking, any activity is not bandhanam. It's not a bondage. But the idea that I am the doer, therefore I want the result in particular way, he says this is the bandhana. Ego and egocentric desires. I have said this again and again, several times. Again I will repeat. A devotee was so disturbed, he ran to his Guru and said, Guru Maharaj, enough is enough. I want peace, he said. Guru Maharaj said, drop the want, drop the I, there is peace. I want peace. In this sentence, drop the want, drop the I, there is peace. Already there is peace. Because of the wants, the peace is disturbed. Because of the I, the peace is disturbed. How simple, no? So I and I want, these two things are the real poison in all our karma. That is bandhana. If we can change our attitude, it is not always for myself, it is for the good of the others also. Paropakarartham idam shariram. This body is only to serve others. So for the welfare of the world, for the others, for the good, like that if you think, and if you don't have that I in your activity, then that is not a karma at all. So here, give up karma means, you know what? Give up that kind of they say duragraha. Duragraha means, you know what? Since I have done it, I want this kind of a result. I cannot accept anything else. But sometimes life may be different. It may be something else also. So have the grace to accept it. Even after putting forward all your efforts, things may go wrong. That is life. Because there is something called X, unknown, mystery in this world. So we have to accept it. And that is one thing. That is what is called as not expecting the results. It is not that you don't expect results. Whatever happens, the grace to accept it is called as not expecting the results. And appreciating that only I am not the doer. So many factors are involved in anything to happen. So I am just an instrument. Everything should fall in place. That is called as Daivam. So even for this yajna to happen, this satsanga to happen, everything has to fall in place. Right? Suppose some sort of a natural calamity. Bhukamba here. Earthquake means what happens? Everything will fall down. Or there is a riot. Thank God there is no riot here in our place. Suppose the hosts, they have changed their minds. No. We are going to start early to Canada. Suppose if the Swami is not well. Suppose your mind plays a trick. Today is Saturday, holiday, why should we go there to satsang and waste our time? Probably we can watch a good movie in Netflix. Only that we will watch in the nights, don't worry. So if you change your mind also, you cannot come here. So for you to learn here, so many things have to fall in place. That is the external and also your internal, your own mind. See, Tirthakarai Pavin Solluvaanga. People who are living in the banks of Ganges, they don't go and take a dip in the Ganges. You know that? People who are living in the bank of the Ganges, they don't take a dip. We go from everywhere. Tirthakarai Pavin Solluvaanga. Other people living in Arunachala, they don't even look at Arunachala and say, oh Arunachala. They don't say. They say it's all nonsense. What can you do? And another thing in Tamil they say, Vaatiyar Pulla Makku. A person who is the son of a professor, he remains a dumb fellow. Why? Even though his father, everybody approaches and learns, but this fellow doesn't. Arrogant, egoistic. And the Vaisan and the Kalavan. So even to have that humility to accept somebody to be great and come and sit and learn, you need some satkarma, some punyam. Is that not so? So therefore don't think I have decided I will do everything. No. Even if you decide you cannot do things. Today I thought of eating a wonderful breakfast. But yesterday night something happened to me stomach. Then morning I told Amma I can't eat. Only fruits I will eat. healthy food only I will eat. Normally I don't prefer healthy food, but today I ate. Meaning what? You decide something, God decides something else. So therefore, to think I am the doer, ahankara vimudhatma karta hamyate. He is fool. He is a fool, foolish fellow. So therefore, humility means what? Everything has to come together. For that, the whole cosmos should work. May the force be with you. He doesn't believe in God. Then they say, may the force be with you. Force is good. This word God is allergic to it because they have misused it, abused it, that we have become so allergic to it. I am also a little allergic to God. Oh, you are also? Yeah. Because they have so much abused the word called as God. But here it says, karmashu santyajana means in all our karmas, if we can reduce the wants for me, for what will I get, then nothing will happen in this world. No? Satkarma will never happen. And that will add more and more vasanas. See, we have to try to do something for the good of the world. See, suppose if Ramesh and Akhil always think, what will I get out of satsang? What will I get? Then such things will not happen here. Similarly, for all the hosts, if they think, what will I get, nothing will happen. See, in spite of me not getting anything, I am so happy to do this for the good of the whole. See, this is karma yoga. So, like that you have to perform your action, not always for your personal self-aggrandizement. That is called as giving up karma. Not giving up activity. You cannot give up activity. How can you give up activity? You have to eat, no? That's an activity. You have to cook. No, I will order in Zomato. You should have money in the bank. Then only you can pay GPay. See, to pay through GPay, you should have money in the bank, right? Am I right or wrong? No, my father has got a lot of money in the bank. But even to eat is an activity. To digest is an activity. Suppose the drainage is not clear, what will happen? This drainage is not clear. It's a problem. So you have to run. See, whenever don't mistake me, whenever I see people running, I say, Naya Adipani, P.S. Why they have eaten so much, all meat, this, that, and they run, or develop this muscle, this. Why can't we be sattvic and live a sattvic life? No, we will eat everything. We want muscle, we want to run, That is your pravda, run. I am not discouraging you to run or doing exercise. But you know what? We want to do so much, this, that. So, only for ourselves. Karma su santyajyatam. So, this kind of activity will not help the seeker. See, when you do some acts without expecting anything, there's so much of joy in it. There's so much of joy in it. And then, these are all purifying your mind till this point. You have purified your mind and now only you are ready. For what? For real learning. Then the instruction goes. Sadvidwan upasrupyatam. You have to approach Sadvidwan, the real teacher, who is abiding in his own self, abiding in the truth. And then we should sit at his feet and learn. See why it said always sit at his feet and learn. Meaning what? Not sitting on his feet. Upanishad means sit close to him and down below. It is called Upanishad. Upa means samipam, close. Nishad means down below. Meaning with the attitude of humility. No, don't come down. There is no space here. So, See, Sadvidwan Upasrupyata means this, especially this knowledge, will be transferred only when you are humble and when you appreciate that the Guru knows and he can help me. With this attitude, I tell you, if there is no right attitude, there is no point in learning. You know why? Because there is nothing to learn here. It is only to listen and obey. Actually, there is nothing to learn. You know what the Guru says? You are the truth. So you have to listen, and obey means, you know what? You should first of all appreciate. And you should not say, how can I be truth? He is a mad person. He doesn't know me. See, Nisargadatta Maharaj was there. He was only rolling beedis. He was a grihastha. Only once he met his teacher. And the teacher said, you are the supreme truth. That's all. Upadesha is done, given. And he worked on that. And he realized the truth. And he says within 3 months. 3 months, he himself says. So, Sadvidwan Upasrupyata means you have to approach a teacher, Sadvidwan, and learn the scriptures from him. See, here, Gurudev says a very important. Very important. A Guru means he should be Shrotriyam and Brahmanishtam. Shrotriya means who has learned scriptures thoroughly. Shrotriyam, heard and learned. Brahmanishtam means one who is abiding in the truth. But when we are not enlightened, we cannot recognize the other person, whether he is enlightened or not. So it is not that we should go in search of an enlightened person. We cannot. Instead, Gurudev says, whoever comes into a life as Guru, you be humble and learn. Then the Guru within you will guide you further and further and further. Do not go waste. So, what is very important? Your humility and your willingness to learn. That is very important. And the Guru is not very many people. Guru is only Guru Tattvam. So, the nature, whatever you call as nature or God or the higher intelligence, whatever you call, that will guide. So, very important to approach a teacher with reverence, with humility. Sadvidwan Upasrupyatam. And then what you should do? This is a traditional thought, Tat Paduka Sevyatam. Worship is Paduka, sandals. Sandals means whatever he wears is called a sandal. Worship, that means what? What is the meaning? It's not that doing puja to that Guru. What Gurudev says, see, I really appreciate Guru. Gurudev is such a wonderful person. He says, daily serve his sandals means, Gurudev says, service of the Guru must be a continuous way of life. And this service is not a physical seva, but must be a dutiful service to his sandals means the Guru stands on his paduka. Serve that upon which the Guru stands. Sandal means not the sandal, it's only a symbol. On which Guru stands is called as paduka, but actually on which Guru stands is the truth. Where Guru is standing is the truth or that Paramatma. So the service means what? He says, serve that upon which the Guru stands, the platform he represents, the program of devotion he preaches. That is what is called as serving the Guru's sandal. See? Serve that upon which the Guru stands, meaning the platform he represents, the program of devotion he preaches. Let us day by day strive to live in constant and sincere contemplation of the one infinite self, which is everywhere, expressed as a life that is throbbing in every living organism. That he is called as serve the sandals of the Guru. See? And some other place, Gurudev has said, Serving Guru means to become in tune with Guru. See, only when you live in the close proximity of a Guru, without judging him, and serving means what? Whatever is required, not only physical seva, even to appreciate the mission of the Guru and to help him in sort of doing his work, also is a seva. Then what happens, you will understand how he looks at the world, what he thinks, how he interacts, all those things you can learn. From where everything is rising. His ideas, thoughts, his motives, from which source it is rising. So in tune with the Guru is very important. That is why Adi Shankara says, it is not only physical proximity to the Guru. Otherwise, Shankara says, my Rudraksha would have realized by now. He says, because Rudraksha is always around his neck, always having satsang with the Guru. But this is not realized. Why? How do you know it's not realized? No. It's not realized. Meaning it is not just remaining in close proximity. It is to live in tune. And very important thing, what? You should not allow the mind to run riot. You should not keep judging his activities. That is a very big obstacle actually. Actually, it's very, very hard to live in the vicinity of a Guru. Because Guru means we have got a very high reverence. But when we start living with him, slowly our reverence will go. Buddhadan the Mansha. You will be the loser, not the Guru. Why? Because Guru has got nothing to achieve, nothing to gain from this world. If you want, then you have to be humble. And I tell you, it is not the Guru means this physical form. It is a God who is residing in the Guru. He is the real Guru. If you have got that bhavana of surrender, of devotion, the real Guru, the real God is invoked in the Guru. And that Guru talks through this physical Guru. He can never fail. You understand what I am saying? If you have got that kind of a devotion and surrender, the true Guru is invoked. See, this personality may be useless, but in everybody there is that divinity. So you are invoking the Guru Tattvam. So that Guru Tattvam, in spite of this Guru, the physical form, the personality, may teach you, may guide you. See, this is wonderful. If you can think about it, it's wonderful. It is not a personality, it is not a form. It is the divine, it is one. That is only teaching and guiding us. If we can have that humility, that devotion to that one, which is appearing as many, that one will guide you, teach you. This is the right understanding. You understand what I am saying? It is not the physical form or the personality. It is the divinity which is in everybody. That is the Guru Tattva. So if you have your Ishta Devata or your Guru as Sri Krishna, the Krishna will speak from this instrument. If you have Ambal, Ambal will speak from it. Because Ambal, Krishna, everybody is one consciousness. And even a child can teach you. Even a thief can teach you. See, in the Bhagavatam it is said, Dattatreya, he had got 24 gurus. Birds is Guru. Why? Because he is willing to listen and learn. So therefore, Tat Paduka Sevyata means you remain in tune with the Guru, then the learning happens. So what time you can go?
You can go the 15 minutes easily.
Then Sadvidvan Upasrupyatam Pratidinam Tatpaduka Sevyatam Brahma Ekaksharam Atyatam. See, after you reach your teacher and surrender yourself, you start learning, right? But to learn, your mind should be available. And it should be single pointed. Generally, our minds are scattered. Is that not so? We have spoiled our mind actually. And even nowadays, ting, a notification comes. Ting, another notification. This fellow is part of 100 groups. And wherever anybody sends message to anybody, ting comes here. I don't understand really people. And they subscribe to all apps, all things. Everywhere, tong. Always distracted. To have the single point attention is very important. So, for that, here a very important sadhana is given. Brahma eka aksharam atyata means, eka akshara means one syllabled, eka aksharam, which represents Brahman, the truth, is what? Om. Om, Pranava. So here Gurudev says, we have to meditate on Om. Somebody asked me today, Swamiji, what is the difference between just chanting the mantra, that is japa, and meditating? Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, first you start chanting the mantra loudly, Uccha Japam, right? Om Namah Shivaya, or Om. Then it becomes Manda, very soft. And then it becomes Chitta Jam Japa, meaning mentally you start chanting. He says that mental chanting will lead itself to dhyana. Dhyana means what is mental state, where the mind is totally quiet and absorbed. So dhyanam you cannot do. Please understand this. Japam you can do, or you can focus your mind and again keep the mind in one object of meditation. That is called as concentration. That you can practice, but that will lead you to a state where the mind has become totally quiet and absorbed. That is called as meditative state. See, roughly we say that is meditation, but you cannot do meditation. You can be in the state of meditation. So this Om, when you chant again and again, a very powerful mantra. Om is very powerful. And for the people who cannot have personal God, sort of a devotion for personal God, Om is neutral. It has got no form like that, a human form or nothing like that. No attributes. Like Krishna means he's very playful, joyful. Rama means very serious, always upholding dharma. Shiva means always introvert. Ambal means very powerful. No attributes. But it is difficult to worship or to meditate on the attributeless thing. But if you are that kind of a person, see, everybody is made in a different way now. But if you are a Vedantic student, mostly you fall into this category. Your mind will not go into any form. You will question everything. And you are not satisfied with any answers. And you are not comfortable with anything preached by all these devotees. You are always having a problem. But you don't worry. His Om is there. It has got nothing to do with any gods. So you take Om. And it's very simple. Om, that's all. So go on chanting Om. It has got a different power. And he says that makes your mind very one point. Very quiet and alert. And one point. This mind is very essential for listening. See? How step by step he has developed. See? So before going to the Guru, you have to purify yourself, become a fit instrument. And then you have to become in tune with the Guru. And then before learning, your mind should be available. So you are tuning the mind means what? You are making the mind one-pointed. So the quiet, alert, one-pointed mind is a fit mind to receive this knowledge. Even before starting the satsang, we chant some sort of slokas or something. It is not there to show you that I can chant well. we would have come from different places with different sort of thought process. Here all our mind should be attuned to that one divine. Mind should become quiet, point. So we chant something. So shanti, shanti. Then we listen. Otherwise mind is turbulent, it's not settled. Whatever you speak, whatever you listen, you are not listening properly. Ottapanamadi, broken pot. You go on pouring water, everything is gone. So whatever goes here, it comes here. It doesn't go to the brain or to the mind. So therefore, Brahma ekaksharam atyatam. The upasana, pranava upasana is suggested. See, recently we conducted a course, Bhagavad Gita course. There we were emphasizing on this Om, pranava upasana for the students. Why? Because it's said in our scriptures and Adi Shankara himself is insisting, see. At least 20-25 minutes you have to allocate. And this upasana is very important because mind requires a kind of a training to focus. See, you may think you are a great person, but we are not actually. If a very intelligent person can know the truth, all the scientists would have known the truth. It is not only intelligence, it is one-pointed attention, and the mind should become very subtle. And I am introvert. These are the two important conditions which is very difficult. Sharp is fine, but subtle is something else. And introvert is something else. So to make the mind subtle, sharp, introvert, quiet, you need this upasana. Then only you will understand what is spoken. Because the truth is revealed again and again, but we don't understand. Why? Because the mind is full of tamas and rajas. Only the mind is full of sattva, you understand. So the mind sattva is pranava upasana. But you know what? When we were teaching this pranava upasana to some students, some people, one of our senior Swami said, "Oh, you don't teach this." Why, I asked. To grahasthas you should not teach Om, pranava upasana. It is dangerous, he said. Hey, what will happen? They may give up everything and they go away. Then who will feed you? Joking. But he was saying it's very dangerous because it can make your mind so withdrawn. But if you are a seeker, you should not worry about all those nonsense. You should not be worried about all those things. You should practice. But Bhagavan will take care of everything. So therefore, pranava upasana is for the seekers. But if you are a devotee, pranava may not sort of appeal to you. What Om, always. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. Shri Krishna. What a wonderful person. If you have lived with him, it would have been terrible. You don't know. But since because you have not lived with him, you say, what a wonderful person. With that kind of a mukuta, whatever it is. Mail pea, with a flute, with a pitambara, with a smile. Some people are like that, so okay. Sri Rama, Shiva, Jesus Christ, whatever. Some people can only think about God in the form with attributes. They are made that way, so they have to take that. Some people cannot. So what can they do? They have to take attributeless, formless. But some name should be given, na? Okay, go, Om. But Om is not that easy. That's a very deep thing. Uma and all. It's a very deep thing. So this Om Upasana for the Vedantic student. He is not emotional, he is not attached to any form. He doesn't believe in sort of all these stories. He says, Adala Rikatum, but tell me the real thing. All these stories are fine. Tell me the real thing. See, only the real thing is expressed through stories. We don't have patience to understand it. Even Puranas, Gurudev says, only Upanishadic wisdom is given through stories. When you understand really deeply the Puranas, you understand what is Upanishad. But we take it, on the surface, and we say all cock and bull stories. Okay, cock and bull story. but has got a very great wisdom in it. You understand? So, Ekaksharam, Brahma Ekaksharam means that Om Upasana is suggested. So, if you want to know more about Om Upasana, we have got recordings about our meditation sessions. You can take it from Ramesh. He has got that. And then, Shruti Shiro Vakyam Samakarnatam. Then you have to listen. Shruti Shiro Vakyam. Shruti means the Vedas. Shira means head. See, head means what? That is the topmost. So the Upanishad is called as Shruti Shiraha. He is like the head of the whole Vedas. Vakya means whatever is revealed through Vedas or the Upanishads. Those mantras, especially Tattvamasi, Mahavakya. Shruti Shiro Vakyam Samakarnyatam, meaning listen in depth to the Upanishadic declarations. See, here, listen is a very important thing. Hearing and listening, there is a difference. Hearing means what? Casual hearing. Okay. See, nowadays, the children, they say, the youngsters, they say, only having some music going behind, they can read it, they can study it. I wonder how it can happen. But they say, Swamiji, only when we have some music, we can study. We were thinking that without any distraction, we should study. But they were saying, no. Only when we have distraction, we are able to concentrate. I don't understand the logic, actually speaking. But they have some weird logic, and they may be right also, I don't know. They say music only got bayama irkedo, thaniya irkramari. We are alone, we are sort of something like that. When some music is going on, we are comfortable. Huh? So here, Tattvamasi is revealed again and again to us. That the what? Okay, thank you. That the what? That is hearing. Listening means attentively listening. What is he trying to tell? What is he trying to tell? Like that, attentively listening. See, sometimes in my class I see some people, some students, they sit in the front, where they sit like that, absorbing everything. My God, very great students they are. Everything goes inside. Means what? Such a absorption. Some people are always half asleep. Wow, enna seiya mudiyum? There are people who are half asleep. There are people who are not very interested, but somehow they have landed here. So, enna seiya? They go on looking at the watch. And some people are there, they don't know what's happening anywhere in the world. Appadiye glued, and they listen. And you are so inspired to talk because they are listening. You can see through their eyes, they are listening. With their heart, with everything, with their soul, they are listening. And then after listening, what you should do? It's not enough. Then you have to think about it, contemplate. Mananam, Shravanam, then Mananam. And then Nididhyasanam. You have to meditate, or continuously you have to remain in the conviction of what you have understood. That is called Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana means to remain continuously in that bhavana of whatever you have understood about yourself or the truth. The continuous effort to live in that bhavana, we are going to see tomorrow. That is called as Nididhyasana. So now in the Vedanta sadhana, it is first purification. So how you have to perform your actions, how you have to develop devotion, and then how you have to approach the teacher, and then how you have to train the mind, single pointed, and then you have to listen. And then you have to think, contemplate, and then you have to live. This is the sadhana. So in the next verse, Shankara is going to tell you how you have to listen. Listening means how you have to listen. And contemplating means how you have to contemplate. You cannot just contemplate the way you want. No. He is going to give you some pointers. How you have to contemplate. Mananam eppadi seiyanum. And what is the meaning of Nididhyasana? Always people ask me, Swamiji, this Shravana we can understand. What is Nididhyasana? They ask. Always they ask, what is Nididhyasana? Here is the answer. What is Nididhyasana? How we have to practice, or how we have to continuously keep the mind in that wisdom of the Upanishads. And then other important pointers he is giving. Why we should not unnecessarily argue with the wise. He is going to tell you. So like that, he is going to give pointers. That is the third. And fourth and fifth, all practical things. Very, very practical. How you should eat. See? Huh? Yeah, very important. How you should lead your day-to-day life. What you should do, everything is going to reveal. And then the fifth verse, he is going to talk about how you have to remain in solitude. Ekante sukamasyata. How you have to see this world as an illusion. How you have to abide in the self. And how you have to exhaust all your karmas. There are 3 types of karmas. He is going to explain how to exhaust all the karmas. And how always to abide in the self. So everything he has revealed in these 5 simple looking verses. So you will stop here in the second verse. Now 10 more minutes. You can ask some questions if you want. Any clarification?
So how to develop the bhakti?
How to
develop bhakti?
Develop bhakti. Yeah, good question. See, simple ways to develop bhakti is revealed in Bhagavatam. Navavida bhakti. Navavida bhakti it is said. It is said Shravanam. You have to listen. Listen to the glories of the Lord. So if you are to develop, you know more about the Lord. No? If suppose you are a devotee of Krishna, let us say, then you should know what Krishna is all about, how he lived his life, what he stood for, or how he conducted his business, all those things. No? So Shravanam, you have to listen. A devotee will always listen to the stories of the Lord. That is a good way to develop devotion. More you understand the beauty and the glory of the Bhagavan, more mind dwells in you. You understand? That is one thing. Then Kirtanam, you should sing his glories. Meaning what? You should, whenever possible, when there is a chance, you should tell people, this is what I have learned, this is what I appreciate, like that. Kirtanam. More and more you talk about him. Kirtanam means you can sing, like that. And then you can start doing some puja, little puja. That's all connecting with the Lord. Puja means you are looking at him and you are chanting his divine name and you are connecting. It's a time to connect with your Ishta. So simple pujas you can do. Like that you can develop. And then Pada Nivedanam, offering all the actions unto the Lord. And then depending on the Lord for everything. Meaning what? The Lord is there, he will take care of everything. Lord will show me the path. Like that again and again and again and again, telling yourself that the Lord is there, he will take care of everything. And praying to the Lord. And prayers are beautiful, While praying, you should become a small child. You should not become a big man. It is like a small child, you should pray to the Lord. Like that, there are so many means to develop devotion. Tirtha yatras, you can go to the holy places and meet Mahatma, Satsanga. These are all the ways to develop devotion to the Lord. But nobody can inject devotion. It has to come naturally from within. Suppose if it is not coming naturally from within, it means it is not your path. You should concentrate on other paths, like Raja Yoga or this Jnana Yoga and all. But if it is naturally coming, nothing like that, devotion is so beautiful. And it really melts your heart and you are one with the Lord. If there is a right Guru to guide you, the path of devotion is a beautiful path. The enlightened Guru to guide you, path of devotion is a beautiful path. Otherwise, in the name of devotion, you can get caught into so many things also. There is no proper guidance. In the name of devotion, you can get caught into so many other things also. But as I told you, the divinity, that real supreme Lord, will take care of that also. Because you are devoted to him. Because your heart is melting. See, the God is not one person somewhere sitting. He is in everybody's heart. In fact, He is everything. In fact, there is nothing other than Him. So, everywhere the guidance will come from. If you are there to learn, our Acharya says again and again, if you are ready to learn, everything is your Guru and the learning happens. So, therefore, developing devotion, first you should appreciate that, this is beautiful. You should not think it is stupid. People are very hot-headed, Straight away they start thinking it is stupid. It's all superstitious. It's all nonsense. Then you cannot help. You should appreciate this is beautiful, this is wonderful. And this really helps. And this really uplifts. If you can understand the beauty of it and listen to the real devotees. See, I am not a devotee at all. You should listen to real devotees. They make you cry. Devotion of the Lord means what? You really melt. When they explain the stories of the Lord, you melt. Like our Guruji and all. He himself was crying when he was talking about Bhagavad. So moving, like that, devotion is beautiful. Only if you had done some sukrutu, so many janmas, you will develop devotion to the Lord. Otherwise not. See, mostly in the name of the devotion, there is only barter system going on. I will give you this, you give me that. I will give you this, you give me that. Help me this way or that way. Do this for me or do that for me. That is not actual devotion. That is okay. At least you are going to the Lord for that. Instead of going to a politician. That is better. But real devotion. See, if you want to know what is real devotion, there is one stotram called Hymn. Arunachala Padikam. Bhagavan has written in Tamil, but oh my God, that is called as devotion. That is called as devotion. Like that, there are so many beautiful hymns written by great devotees. In Tamil, there are so many Hindi also, in whatever language you speak. There were great Mahatmas. In Maharashtra, there were great Jnaneshwar Maharaj, Namdev, Tukaram, Abhang, that. In Gujarati also. Everywhere, Punjabi, everywhere in our Bharata Desha, wherever you go, literature is abundant. And Telugu also, Ashtapati, Adu also, Annamacharya. See, our Acharya says, when the knowledge percolates into the heart, it becomes devotion. When the real knowledge percolates into the heart, he says it is devotion, it becomes devotion. What is knowledge? The knowledge is you are the true self and you alone are everything. The same self is everywhere. And what is love? To see the same one in everything is love. See the self in everything is love. What else is love? Identification with the beloved is love. Identification with the beloved is love. How can you identify? Only when you feel one, you can identify. So that is knowledge, na? Vision of oneness is knowledge. And when it expresses, that is called as devotion. How it expresses? Through seva. How else it can express? See, when you love somebody so much, you want to give something. You want to do something. You want to make them happy. Is that not so? See, how can love express otherwise? When love is not expressed, it is, not full, It is not fulfilling. The love should express. Then it is fulfilling. Some fathers are there. They have love, but they don't know how to express. They are always stiff. Then they lose out the beautiful moments of life. Love should be there and it should be expressed also. Even if it is a drama, it is fine. Let there be drama for some time. Drama is very nice now. Drama becomes actually your nature later. Now only we are doing drama actually. We are doing drama only anyway. So therefore, when the knowledge percolates into the heart, it becomes devotion. When the devotion expresses through hands and legs, it is seva. So only through giving it fulfills. The knowledge fulfills only in giving, not in taking. Giving. When you give to others, you are not giving to others, you are giving to yourself. That is understanding. In giving, there is so much of joy. Giving is not only money, giving is everything. But Gurudev says, if you can't give anything, at least smile. So that people are touched and moved and they smile. Good, na? To smile is, you don't need anything to smile. The spiritual evolution of a person is reflected in the smiles of the people around him. See? The evolution, the spiritual evolution of a person is reflected not in his smile, reflected in the smiles of the people around him. Meaning what? When the people around him are very relaxed, very comfortable and happy, his Mahatma is so beautiful, juicy. I have seen some acharyas. Very juicy means what? Hey, aram se they are relaxed and they don't disturb anybody. They are not disturbed by anybody. And they just go on giving, means loving and serving. Whatever happens, they are not bothered because they know everything is his Leela, Narayanas. And everybody is comfortable. Everybody is blissful and happy around them. Then they are really evolving. They have evolved. If people are very scared, very uncomfortable, then there is some problem with that person. When because of your presence people are uncomfortable and unhappy, there is some deep problem with you. Our Acharya says they are like human repellents. We have seen mosquito repellent, na? Human repellents. Whenever they come, people run away, fly away. Oh my God, I will run. Sometimes it happens household also. When the father comes, everybody shivers. Now, not nowadays, those days. Nowadays, when the mother comes, people don't shiver. See, in some weddings, if you go, you want to avoid certain people. Especially some uncles and aunts. They ask you some question which you are not at all comfortable. Exactly they are saying, they know what you are not comfortable. And they are determined to make you uncomfortable. When you are married 2 years, they will ask you, enna kolanda kuttila undillaya? Eppo enna visesham undanu. And in front of everybody. And want to always, you are scared of a champion. You want to run away. But you can't. If you are a decent person, what you should do? You should not ask any uncomfortable question. Otherwise, already they are uncomfortable. Why should you make somebody more uncomfortable? Especially you should ask about pimples to the youngsters. Already they are feeling bad about it. And you go and ask, why nanartho? How does he know what is happening? There are questions you should not ask. Shall we conclude? I am hungry somehow. Oh, okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.